Hello everyone, Reggie Time here with an impromptu early evening live play session on Sky. It seems to have some good tables up. The wife's just gone out for 45 minutes, so we're going to make around a 45-minute video. We 3-bet Don't Tell Mums 4x under the gun open. We've got pretty reasonable flop. We're going to bet if he raises. I think with that double cut shot on our overcard, we're probably just going to say fuck it and go with it. Of course, we'd rather just get the fold. I think you can have like a lot of pretty small pairs in his range here that just are going to give up when we see bet. I'm going to go with a very large bet here. Don't think he has queens very often. Could have 10s or 8s, I guess, but I think he probably raises them at least some of the time on the flop. And he does fold, which is nice for us. Bottom table seems a bit slow sometimes, but I'm going to try and do 6 and record it. It seems fucking absolutely unmanageable, so we'll stick with the 4 and accept there's going to be a few moments of silence. Going to complete here with the 10-8 in this, what looks like it's going to be a supremely multi-way pot. Like, okay. We're just going to waste 30 pence. And we're going to look at funky B31. I think you fucking bell end. Why did you go with the min raise and then fold and just pretty much just allow no one to see a flop, you irritating little green tag. Halifax, well. Yorkshire for you, isn't it, really? Standard Yorkshire procedure. Be a bit of a div. And beat your wife up when you get home. That's kind of what Yorkshire does, isn't it? There's a hand we can put to use, the ace jack. We're going to limp into Johnny E because he's been very passive so far, so he might just let us. Of course he doesn't. We're going to see a flop anyway, and we're going to flop pretty well. Do I think Johnny E's isolating me with a 3 very often? Nope. Am I going to try and get a raise through? Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to work into a regular limp call check raise on that board. Wouldn't expect it to work, but against fish we can get away with doing shit we wouldn't do against better players. Check back the ace jack here. Don't think we're good, but don't think we're going to get a better hand to fold very often. although 6-5 probably would have folded. Bottom pair, backdoor, flush draw and a gut shot, table 2, so we're going to start by checking, and we were going to call a bet. I think now we're going to make a bet, get some better pairs to fold. Obviously we've got a lot of equity if we do get called, and we can certainly stand a raise too. Table 3, that's a good flop for 2 queens. Don't tell Mum's gone with the big squeeze here. Do we do this? Hopefully he folds like ace jack, ace queen, king queen sometimes. Don't expect ace king to fold very often. Be nice if it doesn't get there, and it doesn't. Happy days. I'm not sure if that's any good or not, to be fair. I was kind of hoping he folded, to be honest, because obviously when he calls, we're going to be, you know, that's the best we can hope for usually when he calls. And now I'm getting needled, which is all the fun. I can take that. I could take it from the old orange tags, no problem. Good shot, an overcard and a small bet. I think we'll see a turn. Good bet, sir. I'm still not sure about those tens. Kind of priced it such a point where I didn't really want to just flat and don't really want to be just putting 15 big blinds in pre with pocket tens and being out of position, etc., etc. I mean, I think it's probably okay. Is it optimal? Who knows? But I think it's probably okay. Check back the ace jack, given the low SPR on this pretty wet board. Nine of spades isn't ideal. I'd bet fold this river, I guess. Check back the jacks against Vegas. Bet turn. Probably check back river, I think. certainly going to check back on the 8. Oh, just before the 2. Would have been a nice red line win on the track sites. Wonder if James has settled down a little bit yet. Certainly a bit salty, wasn't he? Certainly a bit salty, which is nice. I enjoy the different banter I have with different Sky Regs. I enjoy the banter with the ones that clearly don't like me. And I enjoy the banter with the ones that seem to be not complete knobheads. Yeah, it's all good fun. I haven't seen some of them for a while. Some of them, I don't know if they're playing somewhere else or if people like Poker King, if they've just gone fucking broke or something. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, who knows? I haven't seen some of them for a while, which is fine because we don't want too many regs around. Even the bad regs like Kinga, so rather he wasn't around. Sky running yet another bloody rake race right now. We're actually, the last 2 times we've ran them, I've steered clear. I think this time we're just going to say fuck it. Let's ride it out, see what happens. We're going to leave this top left table, by the way, even though we've got direct position on the fish. 3 regulars, 1 fish. We're out of there. So we're going to stick around for this promotion this time. Earlier this afternoon it was silly. There was a player who seems very nice, by the way. Seems like a nice guy. Always chats at the tables. You watch my videos sometimes. JJ Binks was at all 11-13 L tables. And he was playing like the same 2 or 3 players at something like 6 of them, which I think is a bit on the silly side personally. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to rack up points for the promotion, but with all due respect to all 3 of those guys that were playing, they're probably not beating the rake playing each other, I would guess, unless one of them thinks they've got like a decent edge on the others. They seem to me like they probably don't, but yeah, they were playing without any noticeable fish at the table, and I just think that's pure madness unless you genuinely believe you have a big edge. Each to their own, of course, but it's not my thing. I'd rather just pick around. Just sit and pick around, see what's going on, pick up the best seats at the tables, the empty seats, or just try and start my own tables and hope 2 or 3 regulars don't instantly sit and just make a bad game immediately from jump. Yeah, JJ Binks is definitely one of the good guys, so he seems to be very friendly at the table, seems to be very mature, certainly more mature than me. And if you are watching this, sir, you are one of the only Sky regulars, you and Ouija, I like Ouija too, some of the only Sky regulars who I have goodwill towards. Anyways, let's pause the video and we'll get another table for this top one. So we now have a new table. I also had to sit out for a couple of minutes to return the call. You probably heard my phone ringing a couple of minutes back, and it was a phone call that didn't really need to be replied to, but never mind. Three bet don't tell mum here if yeah, so let's Pretty nitty, that player. I think he is anyway. Not megging it, but I think when he squeezes to 15 big blinds, I think it's like 4-bet or fold time. Didn't really want to 4-bet him, so I guess it needs to be fold. Good and bad news on table 1. I might just be all bad news, who knows. With a big squeeze on table 4. Hope Noob gets out of the way and hope Priaz comes along. The second prize of flopping top pair, and with this SPR now 2, there's not really a lot to be said other than bet and don't fold, and if something's gone wrong, then something's gone wrong. Nice that even when there's motion on, we can get tables that are all green. Why did I 4x it there? I'm not sure. Certainly not part of my typical plans. Must have been a misclick. Either that or, I don't know, was there a dead spin? Was there a dead small blind? Did he limp? Not sure. Not sure, but anyways, multi-way pot. Just ace queen on that board isn't worth a pinch of shit, so we're done. Well, we're not done versus 60 pence. I don't expect James will be either. Although he was. Jack Queen wouldn't normally be an open middle position, but a table full of green, it's pretty standard. And it's a very standard 4 when we get 3-bet. Ace Queen, you can check it back, hope that we're good. We weren't. Quite happily chat with green and blue tag players at the table if they're wanting some conversation, a little bit of social interaction. Then 11 to 10. And that is genuine too. Is it really 11 to 10? Can we really get 11 to 10 on over 2.5 goals in the Chelsea-Arsenal game? If so, then we might have to have it. We might have to be on it. View all markets. Probably shouldn't be doing this whilst I'm playing, but it's all good. All teams to score and over under. That's a fucking monstrosity, and this is why he has the orange tag for the record, because he just 3-bets 3x opens to 15x. I know lots and lots of players seem to think he's like, don't tell Mum is the fucking kingpin of Sky. I'm not for a second saying don't tell Mum isn't some kind of don because of the amount of tables he plays, but he plays a lot of tables of very moderate poker in my eyes. I mean, who the fuck 15x's versus a 3x open? And it's not just me who does it against either. It's not good. Ah, right. I see. No, I don't like his bit after all now. I thought it was just over 2.5 goals was going to be 11 to 10, but it's over 2.5 goals and both teams to score. Which makes it slightly worse value in my opinion. And check raise here with our top pair. Just trying to like get heads up against Vegas. Hopefully don't tell Mum fucks off, which he does, and now which is whatever, the king doesn't even matter, does it? King doesn't matter. He just goes in anyway. We're crushing 9-5. Happy days. And we not happy days, we fucking choppy. Never mind. Never mind. Good flop on table 2. Normally we'd check raise versus this sizing, but his stack size means we don't really need to. And that's bat sort of come along as well. If we bet small on the turn, then maybe we'll just raise in there. And it looks like he doesn't have anything. He's going to check again because I just don't think he has anything. He's like bet small and just looks like he's instantly given up. So I don't think he can really get paid by very much. But this might encourage some bluffs. It didn't. Whatever. I wouldn't value betting somebody if you think they don't actually have anything they can call with. Queen 8. No. Oh, you rivered the Queen. You rivered the 8. So my read was right in terms of like on the flop and turn. It was pretty confident he didn't have much. So therefore needs to check to let him bet. We're just unlucky that he hit the river, so he didn't need to bet. But we can't help that. And we're just going to basically pop this turn now. If he's been lucky enough to spike a jack, then more power to him. Not a great table here on table 2 now. Out of position to the only fish with any money, so we're going to sit out and find a better table. I'll start min raising the buttons with Mr. Badreg in the big blind. See if we can get another table lined up straight away. I have got a table on my second monitor that will just move in the moment this table breaks. I'm going to bring this table across straight away because we appear to have flopped a boat against a whale, which is nice. His c-bet pretty big. We're just going to call and hope he's hit the king or the flush. We'll keep bringing it back in. Set mine the nines against Mr. Jakeman because we're a bit deeper. He's bet again. He's going to call again and check the river. And he checks back, unfortunately. He unfortunately checked back with pocket jacks. So I don't think we'd have won any more from him had we gone for a raise at any point. I don't think it would have got as much value. And this table appears to have turned into a very good one pretty much straight away. I'm expecting the wife home any minute now, so, well, say any minute now. She was dropping off a young lady that we care for at 6:15 at home. The young lady lives about a 5-minute drive or so away, so by the time she's finished yakking to the young lady's mum, she'll maybe be home in 10-15 minutes or so. I think we'll just maybe stop recording at 40 no matter what then. And it's all good. I'm going to call now. If Dalkey had come along, we'd have come along too, but Jack Queen off. I see regulars raise out of the big blind and small blind versus one or more limpers. I'd give that a pretty decent amount of credit. I think it's people are going to be like, have us high carded a ton there, and I've got decent pairs too. Don't think they're doing it with 10-9 suited, for example, very often. I'm going to check back our pocket nines here, and we're good. And we've made a set here, and we're going to bet. We're going to hope at least one of these guys has something they can come along with, and we're going to hope not to see a black one on the turn. Queen's a good one, and now if he's got a queen, we're going to get all his money. think he doesn't have a queen anymore. I think most fish would just donk the queen on the river. If he's had the discipline to check his queen 3 times, then fair play to him. Just pocket 8s. Okay then. Even better. Something you will see fish do a lot, those that check call trips twice and donk rivers. Probably because they're scared of it checking through or whatever. I don't know why, but he didn't donk. I thought he doesn't have a queen, which kind of makes it unfortunate for us in terms of getting paid. But if he's going to pay with pocket 8s anyway, then fair enough. Been a decent impromptu video. We've managed to stack and slightly irritate Don't Tell Mum, and win some other decent pots here and there. Do we 3-bet here or just call? I'll call and try and make the most of what is hopefully a post-flop edge against these guys. Nine-ball corner pocket, please, over here. Or we can just get minimally raised. We're not putting a £1.10 here. I think we're beat. I don't think we're getting odds to draw. Are we getting odds to draw? No, I don't think so. Maybe we were. That could be just a bit on the nitty side, but check back flop, raise turn from a fish. Quite often it's going to be something that's slow played on the flop. Yep, jack's full. My reads are on point today. My reads are massively on point. This is why when it makes me laugh when I get regulars needling me saying, "Oh, why is this guy a coach?" etc., etc., etc. I know these games inside out, and I just know how these guys play. Earlier, we just knew, I was pretty confident that the other guy didn't have the queen when he had the pocket 8s. Just there, then check back flop, like small raise turn. It's nearly always something nutted, and I can pass those sort of gems of information onto guys. It took me a long time to get it. Took me a long time to gain that experience and to build up these population reads. Just knowing when to fold, when to put your foot down, things like that. It's little things like that. Am I the most technically gifted poker player around? Absolutely not. Could I explain 3, 4, 5-bet ranges, GTO, fucking Pio Solver stuff? Absolutely not. Well, 3 or 4-bet ranges I could. That's going a bit too far. Could I explain them as well as other regulars? Probably not. Can I teach people how to win at poker, i.e. how to game select properly, how to make sure you're putting yourself in the right situations, how to control your mental game, how to manage your tilt, how to manage your bankroll, how to understand what certain lines mean from certain player types and what have you. Absolutely I can. And anyone that's ever accused me, it's like I always say to people, they needle me in the chat, there's this, you're that, you're the other. And I've worked with over 100 people now, and not one single person has ever taken to the internet to malign me. That speaks volumes. So yeah, it does make me laugh when people say, "What's this guy doing teaching?" I don't pretend to be the world's greatest poker player, but what I do know that I am is absolutely somebody who can teach people who don't win at poker to start winning at poker, and share my wealth of experience with them. Oops, 600, that's right. Oops, that's not for the aces. Checking back the aces because we don't get 3 streets against James here. If he checks a river, I'm going to bet. Certainly going to raise versus 80 pence. Hope he looks us up with the queen. If he 3 bets, trivial fold. Awful lot of silence, but we're getting close to the end of the video anyway, so I'm going to invent too many things to talk about. That's table 2 gone belly up, so we don't mess around. We just fuck off and find another one, or as it's going to be now, end the video and wait for the wifey to make my tea. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. This table's going to break. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and who knows, I might do another one today, tomorrow, the day after. I'm going to keep churning live videos out as and when I see fit. If not, it'll be the blog on Monday. Bye for now.